A second here. This is something unusual, so I'm just, as I'm sure you expect, I'm not 100% set up properly for this. So okay, let's do this. So, hi. Um, we have a very different type of deal going on tonight. This isn't unlike anything we've ever done, but it is unlike 99% of the things we've ever done. So, some of you that are out there already, you might remember, you also might not, but you might remember there was a stream on here some months ago wherein I took apart a SNES controller and repaired it on stream, and everything was as visible as I could make it. We've got a little bit of a different setup, but we're doing another bit of science like that tonight. So what we're going to be doing, if in case you can't see or didn't look at the title, which is fine, we're going to be attempting to turn what's into this box, doesn't matter what's written on the box, it's useless info, into something that can fix this device for me, which appears backwards on this screen for whatever reason. We gonna fix this thing, because I done fucked it up. long time ago, I done fucked it up doing something stupid that I knew I shouldn't have done. So I turned my PSP into a brick. Okay. I had custom firmware running on it, and I had done this many times, so I knew better. I knew better than to do this. But what I had done was, you knew this was the PS. Somebody knew. Somebody paid attention. Good. That means I'll keep writing stuff. So what I had done was, apparently with the specific version of the firmware and custom firmware that I had running on the machine, you cannot switch to classic theme on the main PSP menu, the XMB. You can't do that, because if you do, the system becomes a brick until you reinstall the custom firmware, which requires a service battery, which at the time was really easy. And I can kind of explain why, because I had a Pandora battery, and they don't appear to make those anymore. I can't seem to find one anywhere. So that's why we're doing what we're going to do tonight. But the Pandora battery, it had a button on it. You could just easily swap it between service mode and regular mode, and you could just fix your console when you fuck it up. It was no big deal. Well, that battery died, and I tried every method known to man of getting the damn thing to take a charge, including freezing it for over a year. And it's a no-go. So, yeah, I got some batteries. I got 2 of them, which means we have 2 tries. We can blow ourselves up once, and everything still be okay. But so this is an involved thing, like barely involved. Yes, over a year. I never was able to afford a battery anyway, so I was just like, leave it in there. And then it got lost in there for a while, and then I finally came across it and was like, oh, yeah, let's see. Nope. If I plugged in the PSP with it in, the charge light would like flash on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. It would just do that real fucking quick like that. Toss if I self-harm. Only if I just go, you know what, fuck this battery and stab it. Then maybe. But in all other cases, I would say no. No, and I am definitely going to say this now, and I'm going to probably say it as we go, because people will be just joining us. I do not recommend following what you're about to see. Okay. I'm not responsible for any damage that may happen to anything you own, including your person, your family, your home, whatever. Don't care what it is. Your emotional state, whatever it may be. I'm not responsible. And if for some reason you try to do this at home, take safety precautions. These things can explode. I've had it happen. It wasn't that bad. But these things can explode. They can shoot sparks and like almost basically napalm all over the fucking place. These are pretty dangerous. Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them. All right? Bob's still gonna sue me, but little does Bob know, it's not gonna yield him any money. All right. So with all that said, let's see how well this setup's gonna work. Let's come over here where my face is in a very odd position, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Here, I'll slide over a little bit. For every penny I have, which is nothing. Yes, exactly. That's why it took me how many years to buy these fucking batteries? Jesus. All right. So, let's try to get into this. So, here we go. PSP 1001 model. Boy, come on. It's over some. And I'm actually going to check my phone real quick. Okay, good. It was actually losing battery while it was plugged in, but I turned down the screen brightness. Made enough of a difference. So, let's see. Can you guys even see? Wait, do I need to turn this way? That sucks. Oh my god. I don't know if I can get it to focus on that. Okay, well, you'll just have to trust me that it's a 1001. Alright. Well, we're gonna do. Take off this battery cover here. And this is the Pandora battery that I was telling you about. Now, this thing was pretty neat. Oh, got it upside down. Here we go. This thing was pretty neat. The check thing never did anything, but it had this button here. You could press it, and you'd get a certain number of LEDs to light up to show you just how full the battery was. That alone was kind of nice, but you could also like hold it, I think it was, or maybe it was double press it, either way, and it would literally beep, and you'd have number 2 and number 4 would be lit up, I think, or maybe it was 1 and 3. Either way, it was, there was a space between, but they would be lit up and blinking, and that would tell you that it's in Pandora mode, and that would be all it would take to switch the modes of the battery, and you just pop that sucker right back in, and everything was just great. But yeah, it's dead. So we got to do this other thing. And once more, this other thing, if you're just joining us, can be quite dangerous. So we're going to move the PSP. Mouse is on its way out anyway. Whatever. I don't have a better place to put it at the moment. Well, that requires to have faith in you in the first place. Well, hopefully I can do this better than I can play fucking Mega Man, right? Let's get one of these suckers out. Actually, we'll take them both out. We'll take a look at them. We'll go through this nice and thorough. That way it's easy to follow along, and if anybody has questions. This is not the official Sony PSP battery. This is not the official one. This is some knockoff that's got the right voltage. That's basically what I was worried about, is making sure I get the right one, because there are fakes out there that suck. It looks about right, and I guess I'll bring the PSP back over to show you one problem with this battery. There is actually a problem here. Now, first demonstrate, if I can. Hold on. Never mind. The battery, trying to close it with this battery broke it. I don't think my battery door actually functions properly anymore. It's on there. Yeah, it's not falling off. It's not falling off. So okay, it's on there. It's not falling off. Let's put this sucker in here. All right, let's really give it hell here. Now it's gonna make me a liar. But I mean, just looking at it, you can see this side is not quite on right compared to how this side, this side looks. You can tell something's not right there. You can't fully close it. And it will pop. I don't even have to push the button. It'll pop right off. So that's the problem with these batteries. That's what I really don't like. Fortunately, I'll almost never need to play with batteries anyway. We literally have these just so that we can have 2 chances to succeed in making a damn service battery. That's literally it. Once more, I'm going to clear off my workspace here. Except for just the one battery that I'm going to be working with. I don't want anything else, so I'll even put away the Pandora battery in this box instead. Okay, now, we need, if I can figure out where the camera is on my phone without seeing the bottom of it. These almost look like little clips on here. I actually, I had to see it with my eyes, not with the camera. Actually not quite sure of something. It would be actually beneficial to me. This fucking thing could focus on it. Having a clean workspace not only promotes efficiency, but encourages safety. It actually does. That is actually true. Alright. So I guess I'm going to have to take a wild guess. I don't know. Hold on. I didn't try this angle. Let's see. Get you to fucking focus on that. Ooh. Kinda did. Not lit enough. There we go. There we go. That looks like clips, right? You're doing good. Thanks, Butters. How's it going, man? Alright. So, if we're in agreement here that those kind of look like clips, actually, let me move my chat. Because my tower of DVDs is in the way of me reading chat. Now that there's that much chat. Okay, there we go. That's better. So, we seem to think that we've got clips. So I'm going to select a screwdriver here. Hopefully, be able to go at this. Now, if these are clips, then this is actually going to be a lot easier than I thought. That's only if they are. And they're not feeling like clips. Hold on, I'm going to pull it back, take a better look. If it is a clip, it works the other way. In which case, I want actually a slightly smaller flathead. You know what? Just because this could explode, and I've had it happen. We're going to go with a smaller Phillips head and test this. To see if what I'm thinking is actually right. No. Nope, we're not having any luck with this method. Okay. I was hoping to avoid this, but kind of figured I wasn't going to avoid it. Now, last time I attempted this, I went after it with a razor blade. I wasn't able to find one. But I also... Oh, that's definitely not. On the other side? Bad eyes. Alright. But I went at it with a razor blade, and that's not to say that a razor blade's not necessarily the tool for the job, but I think we want to start a little safer. Plus, I couldn't actually find my damn razor blade. But basically, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to poke in just a little. Just the teeniest, tiniest bit. So that I could maybe wedge this sucker open. And I'm going to be fairly patient about this. I'm starting to get in there. And you cannot go in far. You can't do that. Let's look around and see if there's a better spot. Possibly. Don't press hard. Because if it gives and the blade goes in, like I'm serious, it could be millimeters and you've got a fiery fucking mess on your hands. Being very gentle here. Oh, wait. I was supposed to have music still going. Just quietly. Tell you what. Let's go through Maverick Rising. Let's do that. I thought so. How far does it go? Okay. We can do that. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to use the point to scrape the corner with the sharp end out. I don't know if this is gonna work, but once again, I did fail the last time I tried to do this years ago. Cut stream leaves a message, guys. I need to go to the ER. BRB. Highly doubtful. That doesn't sound like me. Not really having much for progress here. Doesn't help that this blade's really not sharp. Yeah, dude, the only time I went to the ER for anything was when I ruptured a fucking disc in my spine, and it wasn't helpful. Like, I really shouldn't have bothered. A waste of time and a waste of a lot of money. Plus, they lied to me about the cost of things. I asked, because I know when you go in, they'll charge you like half now, and, you know, you'll get a bill later, whatever. I know that's how they do. So I was like, don't charge me half, what's the full thing? I need to pay that now. They told me the half price anyway, and then sent the shit to collections instead of asking me for the fucking money. Turned into like a $17,000 bill. I'm like, oh my god. That is a Razor Naga epic, yes. This is what I've accomplished so far. If I can figure out how to put it on camera here. Come on, focus. Might be too dark. Alright. 1 second. That might help, that might not help. I really don't know. Yeah, mine was the chroma version until the chroma stopped working. That's all I've done so far. I've taken like this chip out of it. Can you guys still see down here? No. What the hell? Now it's gone dark. What? One second. We got technical difficulties here. I see what's wrong. Well, should I say I see how to correct it? Restart it. I think that corrected it. I just gotta restart it. Damn, that's not all I have to do. Oh, man. Okay, that should be about right. Alright, let's bring it back. But yeah, my Razor Naga Epic, it was chroma. It had the side buttons would light up, and the white parts here on the scroll wheel. I think that was it. Maybe there was like a logo or something. No, that's a keyboard. The keyboard has the light up logo. No, the mouse logo lit up too. It did. That's there by my thumb. But yeah, for whatever reason, very early in its life, the chroma died. It says, Kame attempting homemade electronics. 4th of July was yesterday, Kame. Don't blow your fingers off. Oh, but I didn't get to even try yesterday. So I gotta make up for it. It's alright, I got some water in case of a fire. Okay, we really haven't gotten very far. Can I get you to come out some more? I can. Because honestly, the closer this fucking thing is, the better. Because I'm reaching out like ridiculously far to try to do this stupid shit. Alright, so I think we're gonna cut down right now. So, once again, for those of you just joining us, I do not condone doing this at all. This is a terrible idea. It's highly unsafe. using really just isn't gonna fucking work. This shit is so dull. Can I file it instead? What the fuck do we have here? The hell is this? Oh, it's flathead. No. Oh, it's a fucking bottle opener. Alright. I never use this damn thing, so I never really know what the hell's on it. I have no other blades right now. No other blades handy. Unless we want to go at it with a fucking sword. You know what? Let's use a katana. No, I'm kidding. Let's fucking do it, man. But yeah. I'm being as careful as I can. From a widow, the delete key blue died. Oh, damn, dude. In a minute here, I'll show you my chroma. I went when I bought it. They were talking about coming out with a way to fully customize each individual key, but they didn't have the Razer Synapse software yet. I was kind of pissed off. But when it finally came out, I bothered to go through and actually customize each key, and I made a pretty cool little pattern here. I'm not making any headway with this. I made a cool little pattern. I don't know if this will pick it up properly. Maybe if I set it down. Nah, it doesn't pick it up so good. Basically, the top row, the function keys, it's a color wave to the right, then the next row is a color wave to the left, and it just alternates its way down. It's pretty cool. Took a long time to make it do that, but it was fun. It was worth it. I really need to find something. Need to find my damn razor blade. Here we go. Get that motherfucker. Wrench it open. Nope, that's not what I put in there. Driving me nuts that I can't find my fucking knife. My good knife. That would make this really easy. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. I don't wear pants, gee. What kind of a heathen do you think I am? Man, if that was something I could just use pliers on, I would be so happy. Go burn, no problem. I really have no idea where my knife even could be. Son of a bitch. It should just be in there. Help. This is sad, but I feel like this is fucking sharper than this goddamn knife. I really do. Like, I ran my thumb across this, and I felt like, oh shit, I almost cut myself. This thing, it's like, look at me rubbing the fuck out of this blade, the sharp edge of this fucking blade. Nothing. Nothing. This is like not even a goddamn butter knife. Like, it's not going to do it. End of story. Might know where a better one is, but bear with me a moment. I want to see if I can do anything with this nice little sharp edge of this, because it's biting. It's biting, and like, I don't need to cut in far. I might need to cut in a lot of spots, but just generally speaking, I don't need to cut in very far. And I feel like even though this is sharper, it's going to be hard pressed to slice through because it doesn't have a long edge like a knife would. If I can get at least somewhat in with this, that'd be... I just have to keep bringing it closer because I just... You don't mind help? I have another light. Let's see. Plug it in. That figures. Alright. Well, BRB. That might be better. You're just like the rest of us. That might be better. Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. Yeah, I can kind of see it, sort of. Ish. You know what might help? Take this one off. Yeah, that just might help a lot. Maybe. Probably. Even ooh, okay. Do that. Then I can bring this out some. Like that. It's a little bit better. Alright, so we're just kind of like chipping away at this corner. Try to get in, maybe, to a point that I could, like, start trying to pry it open. And of course, I'm holding it in such a way that when the screwdriver slips by, it's not going to hit my hands. It's not going to hit my fingers. It's not even going to hit my thumb. I know you can't tell the depth from looking at it, so, here. My thumb is well above it. So, I'm not going to get hit by this screwdriver. It's not going to fuck me up. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the battery over, and I'm going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. The same corner. Do believe this is working. Wires from this after all. If I can. I grab these little things that look like clips. I want to grab them and just kind of mush them, break them, whatever. I don't want to get rid of them. At least broken a little. It's something. Hey there, XR Tech. What's going on, dude? Arts and crafts time. Yeah, it might be the 4th of July any minute here. Any second here. Okay. I'm like, was that a spark? Run. That's what I should have done. I should have had a jar. You're an EMT, so we got this. All right. You know, I've had this. I've had one of these explode on me before, and I gotta say I'm more worried about just burning something or getting the shit stuck on something. Plus the smell. More worried about that. The advantage here is this time I do know about where the battery actually sits within this case. That's why we're taking this so slowly with like a really not very sharp object. I'm just biting through the corner ever so slowly. I promised a laser show. Yeah, I did not. I said there might be. I said there's the potential. There is the potential for a nice sparkly laser show. Well, I took a nice chip out of it. I don't know if I can get it to focus or not. Please tell me you have a fire extinguisher nearby. Close enough. Yeah, just like pushing the plastic in, not really getting through it here. I don't have a fire extinguisher nearby, but I have things in. If I really just can't contain it, I have things. But I mean, like I said, I've had this happen before. On a carpet. Wasn't that bad. I was able to easily take care of it, so I don't know. No, I'm not too worried, but I am gonna have to stand up for a minute here and attempt to find something. So enjoy some more music. Oh, so you did say that. Alright, so let me turn that back on, I suppose. And attempt knife 2, I should say. Attempt 3. Attempt 3, knife 2. I'm cutting very gently here. And what I want to do is turn the blade and cut upward from within the little chunk that I've torn out. I don't give two shits what kind of shape this case is in when we're done here. I really don't. This knife is not doing a whole hell of a lot better at all. I have to find a razor blade. I can't believe I can't find one. I always had one nearby. I don't know where it ran off to. I do a lot of different modifications and shit, so it's definitely a common tool. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on break, I guess, while I try to locate one of these. Alright guys, I am back. So the plot is thickening here, just a little bit. You know what, we can just come right back over here. So found one. I found exactly what I need, right? Right? Except this one little problem. This fucking thing doesn't move. Doesn't move, so the blade doesn't come out. So we get to take it apart in order to use it. Oh man. Alright. Well, let's do this damn thing. Ooh. Ooh, that got it. That tells me something's out of place. Alright, let's take it all the way apart and look anyway. Because, like, it's not tight enough. But it locks. Oh, DK. Oh, welp. Ow. That's me trying to get a better look without pulling it off the cam. I gotta bring this closer to my face. Oh, I do see what was wrong. It is very easy. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Sweet. Let's throw the screw. Yeah, PSP / how to service your X-Acto knife. That's why you take the fold quick change utility knives. This is what I found, dude. This is from like 1979 and shit. It's gonna work though. It is a little bit rusted. It was the mechanism was also it was like forced in crooked. I guess when my dad had it apart last time, he just was tired and pissed and just went, "You're just going together. Fuck you." So this is where this gets really dangerous. Once more, what I'm doing is I'm cutting upwards. And you saw the knife slipped, it went past my thumb. It didn't hit my thumb. So I don't know what it looks like on the video there, but I am taking care not to exactly cut toward myself. Saw it on eBay for $11 billion. Yeah, that's the before time in the long, long ago. Fucking crazy, huh? Alright. That didn't get us through. But we're gonna do the same thing here. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we have a little bit of battery there. That's actual battery. Why am I cutting into a battery? Because in order to modify, or in this case, unbrick your PSP, you have to have a service battery. Now, there used to be this thing called Pandora battery that you could purchase, and I have one, but it doesn't hold a charge anymore, so I can't use it to unbrick my console. But what you can do is you can open one of these well, we're gonna. That's the funny part. We don't know 100% that we can turn this into a service battery, but I should think we can. It's not a standard Sony battery. It's the right voltage and all that, but I don't know. Basically, we're attempting to make a service battery so that I can flash the firmware of the PSP and unbrick it. That's what we're doing here. So if that's the battery there, that means it's going to take up to 3 height of the fucking thing. So I'm going to make a very shallow cut. Brick? I'm lost. Okay, so it's technically slang. It's pretty wide used, but it's technically slang to say something's been bricked. It's another way of calling something a useless paperweight. Basically, it's been rendered as useful as a brick, so we say that we bricked it. We are getting somewhere here. Can you speak stoner talk, please? Like, like you were messing around with some program stuff and, like, it don't work no more, man. Boy, oh boy, how do people pry these open? I can't imagine. That's not going to work anyway. Let's see. That scared the shit out of me. Arcalis, thank you very much for the raid, sir. Just don't die. I'm definitely not going to die. It'd be hard pressed to do that. We're just going to have to do that in more areas. All them quarter bouncing. Oh shit. Tree fitty quarters. Damn. Oh man. Thank you very much, Arcalis, for the raid and the 22 months, my good dude. How the fuck is it going, man? How's the FF7 progress looking? When are we gonna move to the next game?
Me bounces another quarter for 22 months.
Bounces another KAMME. I love that shit. Oh man. Thank you very much, man. Really do appreciate it. I hope the FF7's going really well. Let me refresh. My chat is borked. Oh well, damn. And everybody that's joining us here, I just want to take a moment to say, take a look here. This is a lithium-ion battery. That is the actual battery itself becoming exposed here. Do not do this at home. If you do this at home, I am not responsible for any fucking thing that you do. Super Gala, thank you very much for that follow and welcome. Music's a little hot. We can turn that down. It's not a problem. How's that? Right, better? Yeah, they are. They're dangerous. So we're making a service battery for the PSP. Go Fizzy. This is Kitty Paws. Phantom. Who else did I miss? I didn't shout anybody out. I'm an asshole. I got everybody. Okay. Hi, Fizz. Ready to watch me explode? In a way that wouldn't get me banned on Twitch. And now the plan is either this Sunday or Tuesday, both at the normal time. Okay. Sweet. I really don't want to miss that. Tommy is an untrained Twitch professional. All experiments and work here done on the stream is an example of what not to do. Do not try this at home. Do not become a statistic. Rip Kame. They're posting things in the Discords. Excellent. We have a bit of a hole. I don't know if you can see it. It'd be at the top of the thing relative to the camera here. Yeah, you can kind of see it. And I don't see battery there. So I think there's a space there. Take a better look up close. And it does appear, indeed, like there's a space there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the tip in there. See if I can get a little spot started to try to slice. Doing it very gently because I don't have a good angle to cut at, and if the blade is to slip, I don't want it to slip and hit me. So I'm being as careful as I can here. It may not look that way because of the frame rate of the camera we have here. It makes it look like even right now, like I'm moving super fast. I'm really not. So what exactly are we wanting to do with this battery? So we want to get this battery open, right? And we need to terminate a connection on the board. And that part's the easy part. Once it's open, it's easy. It's just getting there without it exploding all over the place. That's the hard part. And there's certainly probably better ways to do this than what I'm doing. I'm literally just kind of like, this is my second try ever. First try didn't go so good. First try ended in sparks and stuff. But that was years ago, and I've done a lot of projects since then, and I know I have a little more finesse than I had then. We'll just put it that way. I have a little more finesse than I had then. I think that's the best way to put it. You know, some of those words. So it's a weird thing with PSP batteries, and PSPs in general. In order to put custom firmware on your PSP which allows you to run whatever kind of programs you want on the console, including enables a way to capture the console via USB, which is one of the goals. Yeah, you can't do any of that without a service battery, and I don't know how that works or why that is, but I know that it's true. You need a service battery, and to put a standard battery in service mode, you have to open it up, and there's a board in here. There's the battery itself, of course, but there's also a circuit board, and there's a specific connection that you want to just run right along and disconnect that sucker. You want to break that connection, and that turns it into a permanent service battery, unfortunately, but it does make it become one. You could also solder to restore the connection, and it'll work again like a normal battery, but in the future you have to cut the solder, and it's like, well, whatever. I figure this time I bought 2 batteries, so we get 2 tries. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, there is a lithium-ion battery inside here. You can see the silver part there. That's the battery itself inside the casing. And we also have somewhere, oh yeah, there. We have a hole here, and we can see inside this, and the battery's not here. That's because, if I can turn this sideways, the battery is in the lower compartment, and the top is at least mostly free. At least mostly. But because of that, we're going to start where this hole is. We're going to attempt here to get a nice little slice started so that I can cut it at a somewhat better angle. Cutting a lot more upwards than anything. If the knife slips, it won't hit me. This is a much safer cut. It might be hard to see that angle from the camera, but I promise you, the blade is above everything. It won't hit me. And nobody donate or anything. I'm more inclined to just stop what I'm doing for a second and figure out what's going on than I am to go, ah! Like the soundboard's on, alerts are on, I need to be ready. No excuses. Okay, so we can see a little bit better in there, and we're beginning to see, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not. Doesn't look like it, but I'm able to see the battery itself from within here, and I'm able to confirm that it is in fact primarily in this lower compartment. It goes up to about right here where the blade is touching, which is just above that line that separates the 2 compartments, so to speak, just barely above it. So we're in a good position here. I still don't want to just jam the blade inside and just slice straight down. Reason being, I haven't had a full visual of the inside, and this battery pack is definitely thicker than the standard one, which is why the battery cover doesn't quite close when one of these is in. Much as I want to see it, I have enough respect for Kame at the same time. I don't want harm to come to him. I appreciate that sentiment, Bob. I have enough respect for you, too, that I don't want harm to come to you, buddy. Not something I would ever want. I don't even wish that on Squidman's face. Tuck my fingers back just a little bit. Hey, Mannix. Just trying to do something PSP is enough harm as it is. Now, Skivvy were here. I know, he had to pawn his phone, so he's gone for a week. Once again, for those of you joining us, I do not recommend doing this at all. I am not responsible for anything that you may do in any attempts to follow what I'm doing here. This isn't even exactly the proper way of doing this. This is actually pretty much a sin how I'm doing this right now. I think what you're looking for is just JC. But yeah, there's nothing proper about the way in which I am doing this right now. I did. I threw down the gauntlet on the face. You know, sometimes you just don't have a choice. There we go. Okay, we're getting in. We are definitely getting in. I don't even know exactly what I'm looking at. Upon closer inspection, that's not the battery. And back over here, we can see like this is clearly silver. And this is white. So this must be like a cover. And the board's probably on this side. Yo, Cupid. It's the AA batteries that charge the other battery. Oh my god. What's terrible is you might not even be wrong. Don't worry, Cupid. I'm not going to stab myself. I know the angles might make it look like what I'm doing is stupid, and in ways it is, but I'm making sure to mention about that per cut here, that I'm actually making sure that if the blade were to slip, it's not going to hit me. And making sure to do that every cut. And mentioning it as well. I'm being pretty safety conscious here, and reminding folks regularly to not do this dumb shit. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get a better angle, a better view angle behind this thing. So I don't slip the blade into the wrong thing. Don't. Alright, the way I'm going to do this, start, okay, good. I'm not applying much pressure at all here. Music is as intense as the cut, at least. I'm not applying much pressure here at all. I don't expect the blade to slip, but I'm going to be prepared for it anyway. I have it tucked behind the outermost cover here. And I'm just kind of gently easing it along the edge of the case itself. In other words, I'm not applying pressure towards myself, as you can see by how little it moved when we came to the edge there. I'm going to run it along like that once more. There we go. Reason being, I'm going to continue our cut. Because once again, I don't give two shits what this thing looks like. I just want inside of it and nothing else matters. I just want in. I could make a fucking electrical tape cover if I really have to. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. It almost looks like plastic in there, but it's not. I don't know what it is. But that's the reason we're going so slow here. This is not helping my anxiety or blood pressure. Oh, but it's such a good song. Here, you know what might help? Let's have that up. Maybe if you can think of what stage it is, it'll help. I'm going on a slight angle here just to get under, kind of doing the same kind of deal here. Except what I really want to do, snap every piece of plastic right off. try to take a look. Magic Man would help. Magic Man does not help my anxiety or blood pressure, that's for damn sure. Oh my god. This thing that I'm seeing in here, it might actually be part of the case. Because it appears to move. I don't know if you can tell. No, you can't really tell on the camera there, but it appears to move with the back of this. Interesting, to say the least. Got a hole here on the opposite end of this. What I want to do, I want to slice to it. I don't want to hit the battery. Like the biggest. That was close. That was very close. Yeah, I didn't even quite nick it. Not even quite. I had to bring that close to myself to see, but oh boy, like, it slipped and it was going for it. It was going for it. We didn't quite hit it. Still can't quite see inside there. That's bothering me. Do have something moving. I really just want this to be the board. Not 100% sure. Microphone farting. Maybe some kind of installation. Also very possible. It's interesting. Very. It won't cut, pry it. Oh, it will cut. I can only pry so much too, though, because of how delicate it is. It's technically more dangerous to pry this than it is to cut it. Because if it goes from me prying it, it's gonna completely just in my fucking hand. Whereas if I just cut it, the pressure's going to have somewhere to go, and it's going to come out in the form of sparks. And it'll be a little bit of a shower, but I mean, it won't be what it could be. Main thing is I want to try to preserve this. That's the most important thing to me. Try to preserve. Yo, Phantom, thank you very much for the follow and welcome. This is a bad idea. Yeets the battery through the window. Nah, that's not there. At that angle like that. We're gonna blade away on that. That's the battery itself right there. Oh, this isn't good. Score for the bad team. This is a totally different fucking board. I mean, here, take a look. You're probably interested. I don't know if I can get it close and get it focused. I can't even figure out what direction to move in. Jesus. I'll get it eventually. But you know what it is? It's the delay on the camera fighting with me. I am really trying. It's just like, nah. Alright, well, point being, let me find OBS here. Does the board have a part number on it anywhere? Good question. Before I answer that question, I want to show that's what we're looking for. Okay? That's not what we're looking at. But that's what we're looking for. Now, as far as there being a part number on the board, yeah, it's a third party. I just didn't find the official. Means nothing's labeled the same. Yeah, go for it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hey. Minus and plus should be also where I marked it. Also printed on the PC. Not exactly. There's OBS. Wait, not exactly. How do I... There we go, that angle. And that angle. Let's see, it's these two. And they're not really marked like that. Oh, you know what? They are. One says B minus, one says B plus. But they are marked. They are marked. Okay. Desolder the contacts. Lift the PCB a little. And pull out the battery. Why am I doing all that? Check the 3 pins for continuity. If there's none, you're good. What the hell? This is to allow electricity through the main battery in order to charge a larger battery. So I don't think what I need to do is desolder those connections. I really don't think that's what I need to be doing here. That doesn't seem right. Probably don't. Do you ever have one of those times where, like, you're looking for one thing or another, perhaps? You're doing it over and over and over and over and over, but you keep finding this one thing. And, when you're finally looking for that one thing that you kept finding, you don't know where the fuck it is, okay? that took me a little while to find this. But this is what I kept finding instead of the freaking knife I was looking for. Oh my god. Alright, that doesn't help for shit with the camera. Can't really make out much of anything on this. Watched keys for 45 minutes one time and they were hanging off my pinky the whole damn time. So there is a part number. There is a part number. I'm gonna type it into the chat here. Hopefully, RA201701. That's the part number that we have. Let's see if we can't find something. Ah, no. I should have fucking copied that. That's why I put that in there. It was in the pocket that I swear I checked 100 times. All I'm finding is MacBook Pro service battery warning. Alright. What if I change service to Pandora? Oh, shit. If it doesn't support EEPROM. Boy. I might be screwed. Might be completely screwed here. Oh, man. That's the yeah, makes sense. I do see a way to figure it out. Yeah, that's what I might have to do. You can also buy a tool that can swap them, but I mean, if these ones don't support it, then that doesn't do any good. Basically, the camera for It did. My phone died. We don't have a camera anymore. Okay then. We're doing good. I'll let that boot back up and I won't be able to use it as my camera. Here. Meanwhile, I am checking. I don't know if you can see this. The biggest chip on the board. It has 4 prongs. I know you can't tell that, but the biggest chip is obvious. It has 4 prongs, and one of them, its connection, is going to be the one to break. And I have a picture to look at that doesn't really give me much to go on. But I think I identified it. This is very precise to disable this. Very precise. So, what I'm gonna have to do, much as I don't wanna, race for sparks! Now we're past that part. It'd be pretty hard pressed to do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just, where is it? We're gonna just turn this cam off for a minute. We're just gonna let the phone charge. Catches enough of a charge. It is rapid charging. If it catches enough of a charge, we'll use it again. But I'm moving the camera. Is what I'm doing. Alright. It was all tangled up and shit, so, more difficult than you might assume. Alright, I got some adjustments to make here. Okay, we can turn that on. Alright, let's see. Can't do. Mince this sucker. Straight down. Not fall. What a nicer frame rate. It's just easier to use the phone, but man, that looks bad. What if we turn that one off? Okay, what if we do just that light? What's this? I think that might be our best bet there. That doesn't look as good. Turn that on. Then that looks nice and smooth. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So, is this possible? Can this be a thing? I don't think this can be a thing. Maybe though. So, the big chip, right? I can't really. Okay, there we go. So we got on the screen there, it'll be the top right prong on the big chip. Okay, and that connection runs up and it runs to where there's this little silver piece that kind of says ACV above it. I don't know if you can see it or not there. Looks like it says ACV. I can't get it to. It might not. It might say something else. But I believe that is the connection that we have to terminate. And I have a picture that I'm looking at that causes me to think that. But you know what? I'm gonna take another second here. Whoops. Take another second here. I'm gonna look more closely at what they're doing. Yeah, it's connection 19 on the baseboard. That comes over to a prong on a bigger chip. Oh. Yeah, we're missing the bigger chip. Let's see. Where do the rest of the connections go? That goes into the bigger chip. That goes into the bigger chip. That goes into a small chip. How many connections on this one go into a small chip? One is dead. Another one goes into a small chip. One of them just goes to an A. I don't know what it even is. A. Huh. I'm really thinking this one probably can't write to the EEPROM, which is quite a problem. Let's look at this picture some more, see what other comparisons we can draw to anything. Got one connection, actual picture that goes out to a clip. That connection. Oh, no. Be nice if the printings on the boards were at least similar. It would be very helpful. We got one that goes to a dead end.
Scale is now ready.
Oh, good. I needed that. One that goes to a dead end, and on the original board we have two that go. Wait, this is a 5-pin. This is a fucking 5-pin. nothing matching here. And on their board, that's near power connector. The fuck? Yeah, there's like no comparison here. This is bad. Nothing useful on the back. Oh. Fuck. This'll drive me nuts. Do we fucking say eeny, meeny, miny, moe and try? I don't know. This one again, it's going directly to the prong of a large chip. 5 printed. It's hard to hold it over here and actually see anything. Sorry, guys. Studying every single connection here, just like what might make sense. Got one in mind that might make sense. It really might. Oh, it doesn't. Two direction closing. This is going to be very carefully decided. This could take a while. Alright. 3 days later. I've narrowed it down to 3. This is not going to be easy to show. But from the largest chip, there are 3 lines coming out of the bottom left of the chip on the screen here. Okay. One of those lines, it runs down to, I believe that's a C or a G or something, and it's just one of those little circle holes on the left side of the board on the screen there. The second one runs to an R, that is the next hole down, which is the second hole from the bottom. And then there's like a V or something that runs down to where it says ADV. which is a little silver diode. And I'm thinking it might be one of them. Because there's another prong on the bottom, the second prong, that just goes off to a little chip at R6. And that splits downward to R5. R5 has a 0 on it. Or is that a D? I need to do this. I believe that's a 0 on R5. I think that is. R5 is on the bottom. It's one of those chips. It literally just looks like it has a 0. That's pretty interesting. So that's a possible target too. We've narrowed it down to 4. And I don't actually know if it would be... Yeah, I guess it would be going on the way to the first chip. That makes sense. That makes sense. Compared to what I'm seeing on the original. I know you guys can't see the original, but I am looking at a side-by-side comparison of the live view and the original Sony one. And based on the different connections I'm seeing on both boards here, I'm thinking it is that connection from the number 2 prong on the bottom of the biggest chip. I think it's that connection that we have to sever. That feels the closest to what I'm looking at. This case is ruined. I don't give a shit about this battery. I have another one. We're not going to try it now that we know, though, that this is like this. I think we're gonna try it. I don't know how we're gonna manage to get just that fucking connection, but gotta do it. If anybody can think of a reason that doesn't make sense, fucking Christ, how I... What angle do you want from me? I just want to hold it straight. Something like that. So... So, what I am thinking is we take this number 2 prongs connection that's running diagonally to this chip here, we sever that. Reason being, it runs from this chip here and it splits down and comes over to this 0 at R5. And why I think 0 would be the one we're looking for, because all the other ones have numbers on them. And on the original board, what I'm looking at, they don't have numbers on them, or at least not visibly in the video. But that is one of the ways. That is one of the setups for one of these for one of these pairs of chips coming out of the big chip. Before we actually do that, let's take a look at some more things, because we've got 2 large 3-prong chips that don't appear to be present on the main board. They could be representing something else, so I gotta bring this closer myself down. Bridge between them. They're functioning as a 6-prong. Be part of that one. Damn. I no longer have it narrowed down like that. That's what that means. Basically, I have it narrowed down to 3 coming out of the large chip. I am unable to really look at the small ones and find any sort of similarity from its leads coming out. So I'm still convinced it's. Actually, I'm convinced it's one of 2. Hold on. It's in 4 fucking directions. Nothing like that on there. No. That one doesn't split anywhere. That one doesn't split anywhere. That one sure fucking splits too. This. Have me another better looks. Tried to sneeze off my damn headset.
Oh, you got it.
You got it. You got it.
So that goes to one, goes through one chip and then to 2 places, but it dead ends. Jesus. Alright, now I'm looking at a different one here and going, more sense. Shit. Oh. The plot is thickening. Thank you, Bob. The plot is definitely thickening. We do have some things on the back side of the board. And that's the side of the board that the image shows us working. It like changes focus, but it doesn't focus on fucking thing. Jeez. There ain't no good way to get it. Alright. I'm just gonna have to bring it to my face and take a look at a few things here. That would make sense. Hold on. This is even wired in the back in like the opposite direction. Like the plug itself, I mean, it's actually wired in the opposite direction as the image that I'm using. God damn it. Alright, so I think we've hit eeny, meeny, miny, mo time. Because all these similarities I'm finding, and I don't know. It's not fucking clicking. So what I'm going to pick is I'm going to pick the one. Let's see. This actually. This way. Here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this connection here, coming off of this number 2 prong on the bottom of this large chip. I'm going to take that connection away. I'm going to try to scratch it the fuck out. Let's see. We're just gonna kind of hope it works. Kind of looks like I actually got it. actually, again, worked a little bit more here. I'd say I probably fucking got it. Any different? Crazy, it's actually easier to see it on the damn camera than it is to see it with my eyeballs in a fucking magnifying glass. Looks like I got the first pin a little bit there, but I think it's still connected. Hopefully. Who knows what's about to happen? So then, them together, and there is the rest of the battery case. I know I got it to come off. Just put one of the screwdrivers away. There it is. It's on the fucking floor. Alright, so, let's try to piece. This random fucking chunk in the way. It's like, no, I will not go on.
Sanctuary for all Reploids.
This is a pain in the ass to put back on. Oh my. Like, in such a way that it'll. Potentially function. Even if only as originally intended.
We are the Rebel Force. Rebel Force. Rebel Force. With courage and pride. We are the Rebel Force. Let us fight valiantly. With courage, without fear, we have no other choice. We are the Rebel Force. I too share the general sentiment. Take heed, we have no other choice.
There we go.
I too share the general sentiment. We are the Rebel Force.
It really doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look as off in the camera, but it's a little off. Alrighty. Well, I've already got the memory stick in and set up. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold L1. I'm gonna try not to explode. Nope. Nothing. Can't even power it on. Nope, nothing. What we have here is a dead battery. Definitely nothing. Alright. Yep. We have killed a battery. Rip. Oh well. So the quest is still not over. To unbrick the goddamn PSP. That sucks. Well, what can I say? I tried, and the best I can come up with is take a stab at it and hope it works, but it's entirely possible that the battery's just not even capable of being a service battery. So, since the other one is the same model, it ain't no mystery that it ain't gonna work. It does make me curious, however, as to what is in this one that enables this one to do such a thing. It makes me want to take a look inside. I think that's a project for another night because it's getting pretty late here. Getting pretty late here, and we haven't done our daily Mega Man 5. I think that's what we need to do, honestly. Yo, RF. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I do want to see what's inside this that makes it so special. Because for all I know, there's a way to just, like, pop this open, right? And put the other physical battery in and just have a new Pandora battery. For all I know, that's possible. Building a battery? More like destroying one. I just destroyed a battery. I don't, like, if they're the same, then that should mean that I could, desolder. That should mean that I could desolder these two connections, pop this board out, pop this one's board in. It's interesting. I mean, this thing is a fucking dud no matter what. And so is this thing. But if we could combine them into something that fucking worked, that would be pretty sweet. You should make a stream of you breaking boards. You should, dude. You know some of us dumbasses would watch it. Alright, so you know what? There we go. You know what? This will be easier this time. Why don't we go for it? Why don't we fucking go for it? Let's see if we can get this sucker open clean. Wow, this one was like designed to be opened. This shit's going stupid easy in comparison. This motherfucker on a... Okay. Hey there, Decimus. Looks to me like I'm holding two of the same fucking battery. That's what it looks like to me. Well, the one on your right looks a little thicker because it's got the board and the pad attached, whereas the one on your left, it's just kind of like lazy. Yeah. Fire! What's a service battery? That's a standard dumb question. It's okay. It's a fair question too. So it's for PSP. PSP has this weird security thing where in order to flash the firmware of the device, it has to register a service battery as opposed to a regular battery. And there are ways to convert regular batteries into service batteries. My regular battery was third party though and just has the wrong board to convert it. And I just kind of took a guess anyway and cut something and ruined it just because shits and grins, basically, no other real reason. Let's just see what happens. So now, what I'm thinking, since I have the same battery in both cases here, and my old one, this white case is my Pandora battery, and this is, in fact, my Pandora battery. And the only thing wrong with it, to my knowledge, is that the battery itself is dead beyond being able to charge. So, if I were able to desolder these two connections and discern which is positive and which is negative, in theory, I could do the same here. This one, positive and negative, are marked at least. But what I could do is desolder this board, solder this board onto the good battery, pop it all back together in the Pandora battery case, and have my Pandora battery again. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Now, I am not equipped to desolder anything right now. Figuring out, and oddly enough, when the camera does focus on the boards, I can see them better on the camera than I can with my damn eyeballs. I'm not finding any kind of an indicator of what's positive and what's negative, but it's this corner and this corner that we're looking at, those big connectors. That's what we're looking at. We want to find who's positive, who's negative. That is everything. That is absolutely everything. And I can't see any kind of indicator. Like, just, I don't see shit about it. Over here, not seeing anything. Is it better with the light once the camera adjusts? A little. I don't see any indication of anything. I almost see a P. I almost see a P, so maybe that's an indicator that that's the positive side. Let's come over here. Let's come to the other one. Let's see if we can find anything at all. And any fucking anything at all. Let's see, what direction is that P in? I have a multimeter, not handy, but yeah. So yeah, it's written that way, so. What would be your suggestion? See, I have them, but I just have them because I've inherited them. I haven't really done much of anything with them yet. I wouldn't say that I'm good at using them. If you have an idea to determine which is positive and which is negative, all about it. See, that almost appears to have a negative indentation that's in the solder itself, so that could just be that it's settled that way. Don't know that I have a good suggestion, but if you measure from the battery terminals, it might tell you which is which. Even with it being completely dead and incapable of charging. Show the board again? Yeah, no problem. Let me turn it so the camera catches it better. Yeah, I wouldn't think that it would, but maybe. I could also do this. It might help you get a better view at something. It also might not. Maybe you'd still get some trace voltage. Turn the light back on. What would help would be if I could see the other side of the board, I think. Check a circuit at work. I have the leads on backwards. I get a negative voltage reading. Okay. You don't like the word solder? Is that because it has an L in it? Now I'm thinking that this is going to be the positive. Here's my reasoning. It actually has visible output going through things and flowing all over the goddamn place. This one doesn't seem to fucking go anywhere at all. That's my reason for thinking that. Pandora V05. Yeah, it's dash V05. So I guess version 5. Pandora version 5 board. See if I can find you something else here. This is not very helpful, but model Pandora battery lithium-ion battery pack. Such model number. But I feel like this is the speaker. Because I definitely remember it going ding every time you would change modes. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I think that's what it did. Or maybe that's just a different... Maybe that's the device that actually switches. I don't know. I got no idea. But, here, I'll keep showing the board on screen here. While we brainstorm this. Because I don't have my soldering iron handy anyway. It's out in the garage. Part of me really wants to finish this. Part of me is like, I gotta do Mega Man 5, but I'm kind of willing to say fuck Mega Man 5 because I'm into this. And the problem is that I have to go out, get the damn thing, find the solder, come in and learn how to solder on the spot. That's the biggest problem that we're having here. I'm going to try Google this board myself. Huh. Nope. Let's see if we can find a schematic of the fucking thing. Maybe. What's this? No. That's definitely not it. Not even close. I'm not having any kind of luck here. Shit. Conditioner and controllers. Shit. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't even, like, find a video of somebody taking one apart. I don't think I'm convinced nobody's actually taken one of these apart. What's this? What'd I find? I found them not taking it apart, but just going, look, a Pandora battery. Let's see, did I find something good yet? No. Nothing for batteries, PCBs, or the like. Yeah, and I'm finding a bunch of stuff about like making them out of official batteries and repairing DeWalt radios. No such luck here. I got more videos of people taking fucking key fobs apart for their cars than I did Pandora battery stuff. So that's not fucking helpful. Got a spare PSP battery downstairs. Not sure how much that would help. It probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't because right, and like this third-party one here also has such indicators. It'll clear up. Oh, that's right. It likes to be held this way. It should clear up in a second here. There we go. You can see there's a B- and a B+ on the left of the board where those two connectors are. And that's a third-party battery. And that, you know, that at least tells you what the fuck you're looking at. But this one, however, we have approximately nothing there. There's a little dash. I don't know if that's supposed to represent something. I'll bring that closer to myself. I think that's a drip of solder. That's all that is. Alright. This other one. Come on. Other one, if we look closely at it, we can't see a fucking thing. Which one had the P? Is that this? Yeah, that's the one that I thought had a P. That doesn't mean shit. Especially with this one not having any marks, so that's kind of indicative that it's not a mark. But what I can see once more is nothing. There. What I can see, I don't know that you guys can, because I can't get the fucking thing on camera enough, there we go, is that from this connector, power is flowing from it and out through other things. At least I'm pretty sure. Whereas this connector, power's not moving out in any direction. However, it is connected to everything. If everything goes out to it, that's what I think, is power is flowing in from here and out through here. That's what I think. So that makes me think bottom left is the positive. I could easily be wrong. I could easily be looking at this completely backwards. That is what I think. Here's an idea. There's the third-party battery. Let's see if we can get that to clear up. These are very different. And these I recognize from the other one, okay? So one is positive and one is negative. So with that in mind, let's take a look. Okay, the small one is negative. The big one is positive. That's what I'm seeing here. Small one's negative, big one's positive. So, let's come back over here. That looks like the small one underneath the tab here. That looks like the small one. Let's switch and see what we have over here. That looks like the big one. But this is the one that appears to have that P. Whereas this one also appears to have a P. P could be for Pandora. Fuck me. Alright, but that's the small one. And that's the big one. Clearly. Very clearly. Once again, I'll take a look at this. Yeah, that's the bigger one. And yeah, that's the smaller one. They fucking should. They did it on this one, pricks. Didn't do it on this one. This matters. So, all one being negative. Let's bring this back up. Wait. Yeah, okay. Had to make sure I had it right. Small one's negative. Small one's by my index finger. Okay, so that one's negative. So I was right. I was right initially. This one would be positive by that logic. So we have two ways of looking at it that point to this being the positive terminal and this being the negative. So to set up to do some desoldering and some soldering stuff would take a lot more time. So this is going to have to be a two-parter. But I think it's evolved into a two-parter where we make this fucking Pandora battery come back to life after having broken this third-party piece of shit. I think that is how things are going to be moving along here. That goes that. That goes on it. Whatever. Fuck up the box. Now we know. That one's a piece of shit. I know you guys can't see my marks too well. I promise. They're on there. They're on there. They're really visible in real life. Now we know. No questioning. We know small is positive. I'm sorry. Small is negative. We know small is negative. So awesome. So next time, I don't know when exactly, but one of these days, soon-ish, we're going to set up to do some soldering and stuff. That would be too easy, I know. I know, this could all still be for nothing, even though it's a two-parter. It could be a three-parter, I don't know. But, what we're going to do now, which I really don't want to do, but, we're going to go back into break mode.